Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm in Heidelberg, Germany, and this slope here, at least at the lower parts, is covered with Burleek. Everybody likes Burleek. Everybody around here comes to the forest in spring to pick it. There are lots of typical Burleek recipes here in Germany and in other parts of Europe in spring. There is even a Burleek festival in a town a couple kilometers upriver called Eberbach. So Burleek is tasty. There's just one problem with it. Its season is so short. We are in mid-May. You can see that the leaves are already turning yellow, and I don't think they will be too tasty, yet many of those leaves have already died. Here we have a couple plants. Look at the leaves. This leaf, I mean, it still looks beautiful, but I wouldn't eat it. Well, this leaf here, yeah, maybe. Yeah, still tastes mostly of garlic, but already quite old and not so tasty. But don't despair. There are many other things about the Burleek you can use, including the fruit. And actually, yeah, if you don't mind a little bit of work, Burleek is not a seasonal thing, but you can enjoy it all year round. Well, let's look at those plants. So the leaves are already a little bit too tough and dry. Well, one rule about wild salads, a rule that I made up myself, but I guess some other people have come up with it too, is whenever the flowers of some plant are showing, there is a good chance that the leaves won't be good anymore and that you should eat the flowers instead. Same thing with Burleek. As long as those stalks still have some closed flower buds on them, you can eat them together with the leaves. But as soon as the flowers open, I would just pick the flower heads and not the leaves. Well, here the flowering season has been over for some time, but you can eat the tasty flowers of Burleek. I just cannot demonstrate it here. Well, what do you do when the flowers are gone? You are left with some fruit. Oh. Well, those are already a little bit tough. Obviously the sourness is stronger than in the leaves, but I cannot figure out if the sourness is in the fruit or in the seeds. I mean the hotness. Yeah, those fruit are already a little bit dryish. I even saw some which are already opening to expose the seeds. Well, let's try a garlic seed. Okay. So the Burleek seeds are nothing special. Very tough. Not much taste. Okay. The seeds you can use when you want to start your own Burleek plantation, but if you want to eat, I suggest a very young fruit, and even they are already kind of tough. So you see that even the flowers and the fruit are very seasonal. They have a very short season, but here we have lots of wild boars. And as you can see, this area has been quite popular with wild boars. I guess one of the things they were looking for are those grafts of Burleek. They're a little bit smallish because we're in the third year of drought now, but I think you can see that they're still of a quite respectable size, more or less like cloves of garlic. Oh, this seems to be one from last year. Interesting, so this is not a fresh one. Oh, yeah. Oh, them. Phew. Hard and tough and basically no hotness. Is this one a fresh one? No, I don't think so. Have they even formed fresh ones? Oh, it doesn't look good. If they haven't formed fresh gloves yet, it's not good for this population. No? Phew, phew. Those are all the tough ones from last year. I mean, the pigs don't mind. I don't know why the pigs have left them alone after they dug them out. But this is quite discouraging, folks. This plant hasn't produced a single young clove. Very strange. Well, basically, you can see the cloves at the base. Just don't come to the forest and start digging up Burleek populations. Check if the population is big enough, and maybe if it's in a private forest, if the owner has something against you digging up his Burleek. If there are several hectares of Burleek, I guess you can take a couple cloves and plant the stuff in your garden or eat them as a condiment. But yeah, I'm quite concerned now that here we have only the old bulbs and no new bulbs have been developed, because the leaves are already dying back. So if they haven't developed new bulbs by now, I guess they have to do whatever they can with those old tough ones. But folks, I hope I gave you a couple ideas that except for the leaves, you can also use the flowers or the very young fruit of the Burleek, or even the gloves if you find them in a better condition than now. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful city of Heidelberg, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.